I've been in business now about 34 years.
Yes.
Came up the ranks in senior housing, worked for a couple big companies. And in 1996, I decided I want to start my own company, wrote the business plan, interviewed partners, and in 97, I launched Aegis. And here we are today with sitting, almost $3 billion in real estate, 40 properties with the ones in development. Been voted best company to work for 15 times.
Yes. Was
a Glassdoor top 50 company out of 750,000 companies nominated. Have the highest reviews in senior housing. And our people love where they work, our clients love us, and we're a much admired brand. I was raised much like you, Dan, with a single mom, came from a poor family, oftentimes didn't have enough to eat. And I think, entrepreneurs share one thing, and especially if you come from an impoverished home, and that one thing is you're trying to run as fast as you can away from poverty.
Yes.
And that creates like a rocket fuel for you to be successful, right? You want to get away from that atmosphere. So, a lot of people look at their backgrounds and go, oh, poor me, I was raised this way, I didn't have any resources, so on and so forth.
Come from a dysfunctional family.
Oh yeah, we all come from a dysfunctional family, right? So the reality of the situation is, those are all attributes. I look at those as, these are great things.
Yes.
Now I know what I don't want, and it gives me a paradigm to say what I should aim for. And so I think the greatest gift my mom gave to me was confidence. She would tell me, hey, you're going to be president of the United States one day, you're going to do this one day, you're going to run a big company one day. And as a kid you would go, yeah, right. But I think she was programming my brain to actualize, her statements. I think one of the things as an entrepreneur is you have to be very adaptable. You have to expect the unexpected. And you have to roll with those things. You have to say, how do I take this crisis and turn it into an opportunity? And that's what business is, right?
Yes.
I mean, you look at where niches have not been met yet, or where businesses have done bad, you say, how can I do it better?
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Aegis has done really well, is saying, this industry's not always been popularized. So how can we turn it on its ear? How can we be disruptive? And how can we turn it into something special?
And it's almost like when you tell people what you do, it's like, it's like senior homes.
Right.
It's not a glamorous thing, right?
We're not going to win the sex appeal award for what we do.
Right.
No. But I think, you saw one of our communities today.
It's beautiful. It's stunning.
Yeah.
It is like the Four Seasons, the Ritz-Carlton of senior homes.
So my goal was never to build a senior community for an 80-year-old person. My goal was to build a community that a 50-year-old person would walk in and go, I want to live here. Can I live here? This is phenomenal.
That's what I said. When I walk in there, I said, this is nice.
So, if we blow the 50-year-old daughter away and they come in and they go, oh my God, I would live here, then we know we've got the customer. So
makes sense.
And so much, as in any business, people have this stigma or this view or this perception of what this business will be. I think if you're going to be a leader, you have to shatter that perception, and that's what we've done. You're always looking for the tip of the spear, the top of the market.
Yes.
I don't walk in the shadow of dullness in my life.
You don't want to sell cheap.
Well, I don't want to sell cheap. I don't want to be average. And so, if I'm going to be involved in a business, I want to be passionate about it because it's exceptional. The service is exceptional. The staff is exceptional. The brand's exceptional. The architecture is exceptional. They hand out an award every year for senior housing, the best senior housing community in the United States. No one's ever won it twice in a row, but we won it 3 years in a row. And so I think when you start out thinking, I just want to be the best there is, and you're passionate about that, and you get your staff to follow, good things happen. There's so many forces out there that want you to fail. And
what are some of those forces?
Well, they could be competitors, they could be, the legal system, they could be, city government, they could be state government, they could be even some of your own staff get vindictive. So there's so many forces out there that are against you that you gotta have rhino skin to make it. You've gotta be pretty tough and not cave about the first time you have a casualty. And I think this is like any athletic event. It's the guy that goes through the pain and the cramps and the sacrifices to get to the finish line. And you have to realize that pain, that's part of success.
Now, when I was a beginner entrepreneur, when I read a book about like people talking about culture, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to meet payroll here. Don't talk to me about culture.
Right.
That doesn't even, like, that sounds so abstract, right? Now as my company grows bigger, I'm like, okay, culture is extremely important.
Yeah.
Now why is that?
Well, I think it's everything.
Yeah.
I think culture is everything. And if you look at some of the greatest brands of the world, whether it's Four Seasons or Nordstrom's or Starbucks, it's their success, if you talk to those CEOs, as I have, it's all about culture, okay? And so culture is the glue that bonds the team together, okay? And so if you think about, let's say you have a group of friends and you're all in the fashion industry, right? Okay. So you all like wearing nice suits and, Isaiah suits and Jimmy Choo shoes and everything. That becomes the culture of your friendship, right? So you're not going to have somebody come into that group who doesn't admire those things. So that's your culture. When you develop a culture in a company, it's about your values, your ethos, what you do for philanthropy, what you do for those that are less fortunate. How do you provide advancement? How disruptive are you? What kind of, what are the important things from a social justice standpoint that are important to you? That becomes kind of your calling card. And as you see in walking around this office, we represent a lot of those things. Our purpose wall talks about our philosophy in giving. The motorcycle that's over there with a disruptive kind of thinking talks about, hey, we're a disruptive kind of irregular type of company. We want disruptive
intellectual
thinkers.
Or intellect,
So, a lot of people just say, well, this is our culture, we're a fun company. Well, but you have to really define it for people. When we built this office building, what we wanted people to see is the soul of our company. I remember walking our old office building and I was reading a recruiting brochure. And I was walking through, and our old office building was nice, had a 2-story waterfall, nice art, so on. And I was looking at this and I said, how do we expect people to see the soul of our company with this little flat piece of paper in this office? They can't really see who we are, what we do, whatever.
There's no emotions.
There's no emotion, but there's no visualization, And so I said, when we build our new office, I want people to visualize who we are to our core. And that's what we did with this. And so what we found then is when you build a really solid culture, you attract a whole different type of element. Your turnover goes down, your staff satisfaction. Your staff satisfaction goes up. You can charge more revenue. All those things happen. You have more consistency in your delivery. So it's vitally important, and we do our best to exemplify that.
We went into one of the pool, right?
Yeah.
And Dwayne saw the window was just a little bit dirty. Minute he saw that, he talked to the manager, we gotta clean that.
Yeah.
It's this kind of detail. He could say, oh yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That he sees everything out of all the properties. So I'm just amazed.
Well, thank you, Dan. I think, one of the things, and this because you do such a great job of it, but if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful CEO, you got to train almost like an Olympic athlete. It's not, hey, I'm going to take 2 seconds off my 100-yard time or 100-meter time. I got to train to take those milliseconds off.
Yes, that's true.
That tenths of a second off.
Especially you're competing at a high level.
And that's it. If you want to be at the highest level, you got to look for those little teeny details that are going to separate you from other people. And that's what success breeds. You get if it's the littlest piece of paper in the middle of the carpet, you got to pick it up.
Every level there's another devil, that's for sure.
Yeah.